Who's to blame? Who's to blame? St. Louis Organics presents Who's to Blame, the podcast, episode 511. Hello, Anchor. Hello, Spotify. Hello, iTunes. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Twitter. And hello, YouTube. How you folks doing today? On this What Up Wednesday edition of the podcast, Who's to Blame? Before we get into the show, don't forget you can also check us out on our website at www.dremontez.com. For all the folks that listen on audio, we do this on video as well on our Facebook, YouTube page, Who's to Blame, as well as on our Twitter feed at W2B Dre Montez and YouTube Dre Montez, as well as we do live every Wednesday with our podcast. We got high fives in the building, chest bump, hug it out. Got our manjas for the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. Those are manjas right there. Help you get through the moment right there. Helps you get through the moment right there for sure. All right, it is tax time. We have a new sponsor on board. Unlimited taxes and more. You file the unlimited way. Call 844-563-1040 or text the word cash now to 21,000 or stop by their location in Central West End at 709 North Euclid. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you're going out to get married today and get hitched and run away from the people and just do your own thing, congratulations to Shelly and Mike. Congratulations to you guys. Again, thank you guys for the birthday wishes to my girls who just had their birthday on Monday, Stephanie and Sharnice. In the building. Well, we're getting close to that time of the year where a particular group of fans get really excited. I'm talking about the baseball fans. Oh, it's that time of the year where we get excited. I'm not talking about fantasy baseball, Stratomatic, the show, MLB The Show. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about the actual sport of baseball. It's about to be that time. As soon as we get done with the big game, we go right into baseball mode. The excitement of the year, the anticipation of new players or the new outlook on the team, new coaches, new coaching philosophy, new uniforms maybe, new addition to the ballpark, whether it be menu or a new section you got in the ballpark. Maybe you got a new ballpark addition. If you have an entertainment district right next to your ballpark and it's finally completed, this is the first year you guys get to go, you got to be happy about that too. But baseball brings about happiness to me across all levels of the playing field. It's such a nostalgic sport. I mean, from the smell of the popcorn, you instantly just go back into a time. It makes you transform in the moment. You feel like you're in the movie Total Recall, but on a baseball experience. I still think what baseball did by going to where The Natural was filmed at was one of the greatest things ever. The way it ended, the way the weather was, the people that was there, everything about that experience was just mind-boggling to me. To capture that and to be a part of that, as far as watching it, was something else to watch. But with the baseball season approaching us, we all knew this was coming. A change, Major League Baseball. I don't want the changes coming to Major League Baseball to affect the sport, the purity of the game. You know, there's a whole lot of things now that are being rushed we used to take our time with because of supply and demand. I get it. What should be the time for a baseball game? What's a good time for you, the people that are listening and that are watching the video? What's a good time for you to watch a baseball game, to attend a baseball game, or to listen to a baseball game? What's a good time frame to you? Everything that goes on with the game, no changes yet, just within the game itself. What's a good time frame for you? I would love to know your thoughts on that. What's a good time frame for you? I think 2 hours and 15 minutes is pretty good for a baseball game. I think that's pretty good timing for a baseball game. When you get to that 3.5 hour, 4 hours and 12 minutes, now we're getting to hear back from the young people, the millennials, on what the problem is with baseball. Who's to blame? The fact that we have to speed the game up, and when the game is on television, that's different. Everybody gotta get their money. Everybody gotta get paid. But all those different parameters of the game, the expectations of the game, the talent we want to see, the matchup, all of that matters. So here are the changes that are coming to Major League Baseball. I want to know how it's going to affect it. We got the pitch clock. The pitch clock. The pace of the game matters. I get it. There's some pitchers that do a little bit too much of what we call the shenanigans of the Bush League antics on the mound. When you're trying to get into the batter's head, or you're either trying to get your shit together. I've seen enough 30 for 30s that every time a pitcher goes around on the mound, sometimes it's not about baseball. It's something outside of baseball. We know that. So we know there's a pitch count. The pitch count, they tested in the minor league baseball. It cut down games by average of 25 minutes. Okay. Now we have data to base this on. But the attitude and the level of competition is totally different. It's totally different. I like the idea of trying to speed up the game, but how's this going to affect the old school players? And there are a couple of them still out there that believe in the old tactics of being an aggressive, successful Major League Baseball pitcher. How they're going to adjust to the change. And for the ones that violate this, how is the teach-back method going to go? That's the thing. Veteran ball players don't like change at all. Remember when the pitch count came to Major League Baseball, and how Nolan Ryan acted on that? You telling Nolan Ryan he's only going to be allowed to throw 70 pitches tonight, and then he's coming out of the game. What? So I want to know how this whole thing is going to go over with the major league level. Okay, next up on there. Again, I want to know if these changes are really going to affect the game. Next up, we got pickoff. Pickoff attempts. You only get 2 pickoff attempts. 2. After that, the runner gets to advance. This is going to be interesting. For one, the clock wants to kind of pick up the pace a little bit. The pickoff attempts Turner want to get the action back on the field because we have been lacking what, kids? Base stealing. Nobody steals bases anymore. And being a guy that's living in the Midwest from St. Louis, a Cardinal fan since birth, at one point, this team was eating it up, stealing bases. It was a thing. It was a known commodity in baseball at one time. You at least 2 to 3 guys that can steal bases. You can do something in the postseason or make a run at the postseason. If it wasn't for base stealings, Tim Raines would be in the Hall of Fame. Would have been in the Hall of Fame a lot earlier. A whole lot earlier. But Ricky Williams stole every damn thing that was out there but his wife. Will this pick up the pace of the game and give that action that we've all been looking for when it comes to pickoff attempts? Now, back in the day, pickoff attempts, some runners, base runners had that much speed, they would get into a pitcher's head, throw them all off. Vince Coleman used to get on the carpet. A lot of y'all don't know what that means. He had a large lead at first base. Visualize with me. Google the old Bush Stadium. You see that carpet out there. That carpet was horrible. Make that ball take unusual bounces. Kenny Lofton take unusual large leads. Harold Raines, HR as I like to call him. They would affect the outcome of the game sometimes. Something get in the pitcher's head. It'll rag them up a little bit. On the other side, you get pitchers that like to stall with throwing the ball over the first base probably 9 times. Probably 9, 10 times on one player. Come on now. Now that's Bush League. That's Bush League right there to me. But again, these are the changes that have come to Major League Baseball. Okay, next up, we got the size of the bases. They're increasing the size of the bases. I think the base is going to be 18 inches now. That's what she said, increasing the size of the bases. We're going to see what that does for the game. Apparently, this cuts down 4.3 timing and speed. What gives you 4.3 timing and speed with bigger bases, make you run faster. So that's more run production. Okay. We can't pick off players that much. You only get 2 attempts. Okay. Going to get more steals, hopefully. And now we got the timing, got the pitch clock. Okay. What else do we have in the goodie bag to start off Major League Baseball changes in the 2023 season? All right. Next up, the shift. As of with, the shift is done. No more shift. I can't believe when the shift first came into conversation. And on the MLB network, that same week, they found footage when they shifted on Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. They showed all this video footage. The shift was in back then. But when they came back into play again, oh, it's an advantage. You're taken away from the game, and you're doing this, and you shouldn't be doing that. Maybe we need some young people in charge of this. Because, again, we're getting off pace. So I don't know who was the first one that said we need some liquor in this winter meetings. Who was the first one that said that he shouldn't get an invite anymore? Because the meeting should be focused on the task at hand. You're trying to do what in Major League Baseball? Increase its value. How can we do that? Well, we need to speed the game up. How can we do that with a pitch clock? Okay. We need to get more runs up there. How can we do that? Limit the pickoff moves and give us bigger bases. Okay. How can we level the playing field? No more shifting. That's what Major League Baseball is doing this year to give us, the fans, the people, what we want. They said this is what we wanted, and this is the way they're going to do it. Was anyone out there involved in any of these test groups that lived in a Major League Baseball city? Were you ever involved in a test group where you did a survey on what you want Major League Baseball to do? Because I never saw a survey going out anywhere. So I want to know, how did they come up with these categories on the focus on? They never get the fans involved. Hockey does. NBA does. NFL does, most certainly do. But when it comes to Major League Baseball, you only want our help one time of the year for the All-Star game. That's the only time Major League Baseball wants our help. Can we offer our help throughout the year when it comes to pivotal suggestions? Not saying we want inclusion on everything, but damn it, can we put our 2 cents in? We're already paying streaming fees. We're already paying for the MLB network, other streaming fees, because the game's on different channels now. It's just can't watch one game on 2, 3 channels no more. To follow one team in Major League Baseball, you need on an average of 7 streaming device or services. But this is what we need. This is what we're putting our importance in on how to improve the game of baseball, to get more young people involved and to increase the value. Major League Baseball has decided that they're going to go with a pitch clock. Are you a fan of the pitch clock? Is the pitch clock something that's needed? Or is this taken away from the purity of the game? That isn't baseball. That's Bush League. That's something little leagues do to ensure every kid gets an at bat. This is not something that professional players need to be doing. Pickoff attempts. You only get 2 now. What happens after that? Run advances. So I wonder what the over-under is going to be. How many teams in preseason baseball are going to lose a game based on the pickoff attempts? Mm, mm, mm. Interesting. The base size is increasing to 18 inches. They say there's going to be more speed to the game and safety as well. There's no both feet on the bag because athletes, baseball players got huge feet. So safety and speed. So we got the entertainment there. And no more shifting in Major League Baseball. So all these things here, all four of these things here are supposed to do what? Increase the value, entertain us, give us run production, and show us what it's all about. I'm down with it. I'm down for it. Now, if it, I don't say I want it to, but if it doesn't go that way, is there a reset clause in there? Look, we screwed up. We didn't expect this to happen. But they trying to give us that playoff atmosphere the entire Major League Baseball season. I think it's doable. I think it's really doable. I really do. But the anticipation of the upcoming Major League Baseball season and hearing these changes, I just thought, why not? Let's talk to the people about this. How do you guys feel about these changes? You agree? You think it's a bad mood? You don't know what does this really mean? What took you so long, Major League Baseball? I told you so, Stan. Where do you go with this one here? I saw it coming. I think as a person that goes to a lot of baseball games and watch a lot of baseball games, I feel the speed need to be talked about. That home plate issue and what the strike zone is, that's going to be an argument every time. You know, that's something everybody's going to have. They point, even though every Major League Baseball team at one point had a diagram of a cutout baseball player showing you where the strike zone was at. What happened to that? What happened? Like, remember the skeleton used to be in the doctor's office all the time? What they still do that? See, those things would resonate with us. Make it make sense. Who's to blame, Major League Baseball? But these changes that are coming, I want to see the numbers the way you showed the numbers in minor league baseball. But as far as the numbers with Major League Baseball, it's going to be very, very interesting because fans are a particular type of group. You know, if it's not giving us that entertainment, we're about it about a fifth inning. But if you're going to give it to us, okay, let's go. Let's go Major League Baseball. I like it. I'm liking that they even attempted to have a conversation about attacking the strike zone again. But again, that's a heated battle. That is a heated battle. I think all baseball fields should be grass. Every baseball field should be grass. Every last one of them. Childhood. You're playing a kid's game. Get some grass stains and some dirt on you instead of contusion, torn clavicle, busted up knee. On grass, oh, it's beautiful. Ah, the glory days of Major League Baseball. Oh, they should bring back the baseball bunch. You know, teaching the game of baseball, the fundamentals, now with more than ever the community involvement, bringing up issues that concern youth sports, especially in baseball when it comes to concerning social media, the pros and cons of the game, the learning curve, adding in now that social media is like everywhere with everyone in the world of sports, how to stay within the numbers using particular software at home, how to improve your game while at home, doing inclement weather, things of that, how baseball bunch used to be. I think they should attack that issue again because, for one thing, the kids still play baseball. The adults are just playing a kid sport. Who's to blame? I tell you again, Major League Baseball, I'm looking forward to the changes that are coming to our sport. Looking forward to it. Definitely am, for sure, as they say. 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. Tell you what, Major League Baseball, what you did last year was great in the postseason. We got a little changes going on here with our St. Louis Cardinals as well. as well. So I think it's probably a good thing, a good step moving forward that we're making these changes together, Major League Baseball. But again, we will attack this umpiring situation as the season goes on. Again, we're getting ready for pitchers and catchers to report, and then that'll be fun. I love that time of the year. You can smell it in the air. The popcorn, the seeds, and the hot dogs, and the conversations with the people, of the people, by the people. I appreciate it, good people. Thank you again for tuning in to St. Louis Organics Presents Who's to Blame, the podcast. I'm your host, Dre Montez, and enjoy the rest of your day, good people. All right, and we're out. All right, and we're out. Who's to blame? Who's to blame? Uh, uh, uh. Who's to blame? Da 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 da. Who's to blame? Oh yeah. Who's to blame?